Details on the starting pitching matchup coming up in just a little while, and he'll also pass along the starting lineups as tonight the Cardinals.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home.
Swings and he hits a drive. Deep left center field to the track, the wall, and it's a gunner. It's time for St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. Buy Schnucks. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. Buy Shelter Insurance. Shelter offers great rates and award-winning service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. By Explore St. Louis. Learn all about the great things to do in St. Louis. Visit ExploreStLouis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the Painting and Decorating Foundation. Now, St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
Louis, the Pittsburgh Pirates are in town. They're part of the Central Division, and they are at the bottom of the Central Division. The Cardinals in fourth place as we begin play today. And with the loss yesterday, the Cardinals are still 5.5 games out in the wild card. Oddly, on this date in 2011, the Cardinals were 10.5 games out in the wild card, but went on a 23-9 run, not suggesting that's going to happen. But, boy, that's just a good memory of 2011 when the Cardinals ended up, of course, winning the World Series. But they were 10.5 games out on this date, so there's still some hope that the Cardinals could get to the playoffs, but they're going to have to start playing winning baseball regularly, and it's got to start with the Pirates here tonight. It's a 4-game series with the Pirates, and let's take a look at our pitching matchup here for Game 1. It's brought to you by Vantage Credit.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Win. Competitive loan rates. Win. Wealth management. Win. Which now makes sense why they asked me, Cardinal shortstop Mason Wynn, to tell you. That's win with 2 N's, not 1. It's time to bank like the Mason winner you are. It's time your financial partner was invested in you. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union. Invested in you.
Cardinals fans, are you ready for a throwback? It's on with 25-cent drinks at On the Run, now for a limited time. Swing by the day after the Cards score 6 runs or more to refresh, refuel, and refill your cup like a world champion. 25-cent sippers for the rest of the season. It's on at On the Run.
Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu.
Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
For 9, he'll play third. Thomas Sajaci plays second. Jordan Walker, a 3-game hitting streak for him. He'll be in right field with Pedro Pajes behind the plate batting 8th. And Nathan Church, who hit his first big league home run, had his first big league hit in the same game against Tampa Bay and Adrian Hauser. He's going to be in center. There's your lineups. First pitch.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Cardinals have taken the field. We're about ready to play, and it'll be Michael McGreevy to deliver our first pitch here tonight, the first of 4 against the Pirates. And it is going to be sponsored by Rawlings, the official baseball of Major League Baseball. And it's good to see Mason Wynn taking some ground balls from Alec Burleson, the Cardinal first baseman. He's throwing them over to him. And, of course, the second baseman is Thomas Sajaci, who's been getting a ton of starts with Brendan Donovan out. Now, Donovan's been taking some swings off the tee, and the hope is that it won't be long to see him back. And, of course, it's Nolan Gorman over at third base. He's had some moments on the downside defensively, but, man, is he swinging the bat well. He had a really good road trip, and so that's your infield behind Michael McGreevy, who typically tries to keep the ball in the infield. He's a contact guy, does not walk a lot of batters. And the Cardinals take on a Pirates team that played very well against the Cardinals in Pittsburgh. Last time we saw them, 3 straight shutouts. They have been pitching well lately. They pitched well in that series. And they, since the 29th of June, have a better record than several teams that you'd be surprised to hear they have better records than, including the Dodgers and the Yankees. So this is a team that can play well. Let's hope they're off today, and let's hope the Cardinals recover from the long day yesterday that started in Tampa Bay. McGreevy's ready, and so is the voice of the Cardinals. Here is John Rooney.
Thank you, Ricky, and it's great to be back at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. The first pitch, a strike thrown by Michael McGreevy. 6:46 p.m., 71 degrees in St. Louis, 67 degrees in Pittsburgh. The wind here is blowing left to right field at about 7 miles an hour. Shadows have covered most of the playing surface. The pitch is taken high and wide by left-handed batting Ronnie Simon. Simon, a switch batter, bats left-handed against McGreevy. Coming in with a .222 average between Miami and Pittsburgh this year. No home runs, 6 RBIs. He can run. Here's a swing and a foul. That goes out of play off to the left.
I do wonder how the Cardinals will respond to the day yesterday. A loss, that's tough. A 4.5-hour rain delay, that's tough. But not for a guy like McGreevy. The pitcher knows he's not going to compete. But, you know, it kind of wears you out. And the Cardinals may rebound from that and kind of run on adrenaline today, or it could knock him down. We'll see.
Here's a chopper that is fair and gets past Nolan Gorman down the left field line. Fielded by Lars Nootbaar. Gorman was playing over like a shortstop, and Ronnie Simon just chopped the ball in the wide open spot. That was good hitting.
Almost looked like an AstroTurf hit, didn't it?
But he took advantage of what the Cardinals were giving him on the infield, and the Pirates put their leadoff man on. Going back to when Clint Hurdle was a manager, this is a Pirate team that just refuses to strike out when they get into a good groove. Nick Gonzalez sits safely in 8 straight. He has 10 hits and 32 at-bats. Is a double, a walk, and 10 strikeouts during the streak.
Corey Dickerson, who played some with the Cardinals, was his key player that convinced everybody else to say, hey, just, Clint said, hey, do what he's doing.
Fastball sinks down and in, ball 1.
How does he hit 280, 290 every year? He puts the ball in play. So don't give up on an at-bat because you have 2 strikes. And he was really good, I think, at leading that Pirate team. They had some good winning seasons.
Gonzalez batting at .279, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs. Pickoff throw to first, and Simon is back in. Simon had 28 stolen bases while at AAA, splitting time with the AAA team from Miami and with the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1 steal so far this year without being caught. The pitch, foul tip right at the feet of Pedro Pages, and that one caught Pages.
Something Michael McGreevy does better, I would say, than any Cardinal pitcher right now is vary his looks to the plate and his looks to first base, and he kind of uses that to hold runners closer. He doesn't do the same thing every time. I think once you get into a habit, the other team's going to figure that out. It's going to be a tell, and they're off to the races.
Pedro Paez took a foul ball to a foot, and he's ready to go, going through the signs by way of pitch comm from Michael McGreevy. McGreevy starting for the Pirates for the first time this year. It's his second appearance against them. His first start, he's 1-0. The pitch on the way, and that is chopped foul on the third baseline. Gorman gets to it in foul territory. Maryville University, 3 times named an Apple Distinguished School, is revolutionizing what it means to learn with and from technology. You can learn more at maryville.edu. We're just underway at Busch Stadium. We have the lights on. They won't take effect for a while, but shadows have covered most of the field. Just a few spotlights of sunshine in short left field in front of Lars Nootbaar. Here's a swing and a miss. Nicely done by McGreevy and retiring Nick Gonzalez. That was after the slap infield wide open spot on the left side of the infield and the base hit to left by Simon. Here's Brian Reynolds. Reynolds 7 out of his last 25. Couple of RBIs. Batting at .244, and he's been an all-star for the Pirates. Batting left-handed. Switch batter, batting left-handed against Michael McGreevy. The pitch, a swing and a miss. First pitch curveball from McGreevy, who stands 6'4", 200 pounds, 25 years old, born in San Clemente, California. Went to UC Riverside. An 8-2 Major League record. It's his 15th game and 13th start. A move to first, Simon is back standing. In his first 14 games, McGreevy has walked 9 in 80 1/3 innings. Reynolds has grounded into 13 double plays. The pitch, and there's a fly ball going down the left field line to the Arenado seats.
I think the 2 biggest attributes for Michael McGreevy when you describe him as a pitcher, at least what I think, is what's between the ears, number 1, and his heart, number 2. And his heart, by the way, is the place where he took a line drive not that long ago. A line drive right off his chest, but he has got so much kind of guts to him that he becomes very positive when something bad happens and just turns the page quickly.
Quick move to first, back standing. Ronnie Simon. Simon wasn't that far off the bag. And the count on Reynolds, 0-2. A base hit for Simon. Gonzalez struck out. Reynolds 0-2, and Reynolds takes the batter's timeout here. Reynolds is 30 years old. He played his college baseball at Vanderbilt. Widespread stance, left foot near the back line of the batter's box. The third base line unguarded for this left-handed batter. The pitch by McGreevy, high and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gorman plays like the shortstop with Wynn up the middle, not that far from second base. Thomas Adjacey is halfway between first and second at double play depth. Then it's Alec Burleson holding against the runner, Ronnie Simon, at first. Nootbaar in left, Nathan Church in center field. The pitch, check swing, curveball down and in, 2-2 on Reynolds. And in right field tonight, Jordan Walker. A lot of hitting room in between Walker playing in some. Now he moves over a few steps toward right center, closing some of that space in between Church and Walker. The right field line now is wide open. The 2-2 pitch by McGreevy. Down and in. From 2 strikes to a 3-2 count. And Michael will do that from time to time, get deep in counts. But he has been reliable enough where he gets through 5 and into the 6th inning. He went 6 innings in a win Tuesday at Miami.
I think Simon might be going here.
Simon doesn't go, in the swing and a drive. That's hit toward left center field. Nootbaar won't be able to catch it. The ball takes a bounce and goes over the wall for a ground rule double. Simon will have to go back to third base.
Well, that's a break for the Cardinals that the ball bounced so high. We've seen that happen several times in the last couple of weeks. And again, that's the fact that he let him back in the count. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball was on the outer half. Not a terrible pitch and a 3-2 count, but Reynolds is a good hitter, and he just took it the other way. And the sweeper, I think, is the problem that happened that was unfortunate. He was not able to get the sweeper over the plate on the other counts.
Here's a swing and a foul out of play. Spencer Horwitz, former Toronto Blue Jay, played 97 games for them last year, batting .256, down on the count 0-1. He's trying to get the ball in the air here. He has 1 RBI in his 36 with a sacrifice fly. The pitch to the left-handed batter, and that's hit up the middle, fielded by Wynn, who will take the out at first with the run scoring. McGreevy almost got a glove on that. 6-3 on the out. Simon scores. Reynolds takes third. The Pirates have a 1-0 lead in the top of the first.
And maybe a bit of a flashback, again mentioning that he took a ball off the chest not that long ago.
So Horwitz at 37 RBIs, and former Cardinal Tommy Pham is up. Tommy takes a curveball for a strike. Reynolds, his 32nd double, standing at third base now. And a new ball will be thrown into play by the home plate umpire, Derek Thomas. Good arm. McGreevy didn't like the grip on the other baseball. Now he's satisfied with this one. Tommy Pham has hit safely his last 4, going 6 out of 14. The pitch to Pham, taken outside for a ball. Pham from Las Vegas. Right foot on the back line of the batter's box for Tommy. McGreevy. He steps in front of the rubber. 15 counting down on the pitch timer. Pham has 4 career home runs against the Cardinals, and he takes a pitch for a strike on the outer half. 1-2 on Pham. Pham this year is 6 out of 26 with 4 RBIs. A .231 hitter against his old team with 24 hits, 4 home runs, and 19 driven in. 1-0 Pirates. Runner at third, 2 outs. The pitch way outside this time, 2-2. Pitch number 21 coming up this inning for Michael McGreevy, who allowed a chopper single to left field with third base unguarded. Then a double, ground rule double at that, sending Simon back to third when Reynolds got the 2-base hit and Horwitz grounded out. There's a ground ball up the middle of the infield. Wynn gets to it from in front of second. He throws out Tommy Pham. But the Pirates got a run, and the Cardinals are coming to bat at Busch Stadium.
This school year, I want my child to thrive, so I enrolled her at the Goddard School. Their amazing teachers truly care about building up my child's confidence, so she's ready to take on the world. And knowing she's learning in a warm and nurturing
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
National League champs crew neck sweatshirt. Plus, jam out to your favorite 80s hits at a pregame concert by Decade of Decadence. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/theme.
This is Willie McGee, St. Louis Cardinals for the loop.
1-0 Pirates with Lars Nootbaar stepping in, facing Johan Oviedo. Oviedo was with the Cardinals 2020, 2021, and 14 games in 2022 before moving on to the Pirates. The right-hander pitches to Nootbaar, dealing high, ball one. Oviedo had a warm-up pitch that was just barely over the right-handed batter's box on the way back to the bricks.
Had to be an overcooked slider would be my guess.
Nootbaar looks at a pitch in there for a strike.
He throws hard. That pitch 95. He kind of always has done that. Again, he missed with Tommy John last year. Had some other related arm issues trying to come back and kept getting put further and further onto the injured list.
Nootbaar takes a slider for a strike this time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nootbaar's 0 for his last 9. 11 hits in his last 29 at-bats. He was on a pretty good run there for a while. They play him to pull, giving up the third baseline as Nootbaar takes strike 3 over at the knees. 1 out. As we pause for station identification for our fans in Marion, Illinois, listening in over WHET and the rest of our great Cardinals radio network powered by Graybar. Jim Jackson is our producer-engineer here at Busch Stadium. Daniel Hinkamp in the St. Louis studio. With Ricky Horton, Mike Claiborne, I'm John Rooney. And here's strike 1 into Mason Wynn. I like Mason in the number 2 spot in the order. When the Cardinals were really cooking back in May, it was Nootbaar leading off, Wynn batting second. Oviedo with the pitch for a win. A swing and a high pop foul. That goes out of play.
Think back on the deal when the Cardinals got rid of Oviedo, a guy that had a lot of promise. And, of course, the Cardinals were looking for some starting pitching, but they were headed towards the playoffs. They ended up getting Quintana and Stratton, which turned out to be a great deal for the Cardinals.
Oviedo's next pitch, a swing and a miss. Wynn is out on strikes. Nootbaar called out, Wynn out swinging. And here's Alec Burleson. Burleson has gone 0 for 9 against Oviedo with a walk and 3 strikeouts. We invite you to join us on Saturday, September 6th at Ballpark Village, when Edward Jones and the Cardinals proudly induct Al Roboski, Walt Jocketty, and Edgar Renteria as the newest members of the Cardinals Hall of Fame. Our induction ceremony will begin at 3 p.m. And here's a line shot right back through the box. A base hit for Burleson.
I was just about ready to say I have a hard time believing that Burley's 0 for 9 against a right-hander like Oviedo. Again, not taking anything away from Johan, but
not anymore.
Yeah. So I think he had a hard time believing it too. Just lined that first pitch, actually lost his helmet on that swing.
That was a mighty swing and a solid line drive back through the middle. And here's Wilson Contreras. Wilson DHing tonight with Burleson playing first base. Contreras had hit home runs in 3 consecutive games before failing to hit one yesterday. He's up to 19 home runs, 70 RBIs, batting .261. He stands in the middle of the batter's box. Oviedo from the high set position. His pitch. Contreras takes inside. Wilson 9 out of his last 27 with 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, 1 walk and 10 strikeouts. The left field corner wide open with Tommy Pham playing toward left center field. The infielders play Wilson to pull as he takes a slider for a strike.
Is it fair to say that 90% of players are at the back of the box because of the increase?
I think so.
Because of the velocity of the pitchers in today's game. But Contreras is not that guy. He wants to take away the breaking pitch.
With a runner on first, Alec Burleson. The pitch to Wilson Contreras, low. He had a good look at that. Ball 2, 2-1.
And the other thing about being up on the plate, you're actually covering the real plate better. If you're deep in the box, the ball, it's where the ball is when it goes over the plate. So if you're a little bit behind it, you may not have the right understanding of the zone.
Now on 2-1, Oviedo kicks, he deals. And Wilson got under this one. A high fly ball, left center field. Sawinski, the center fielder, calls off Tommy Pham And Sawinski retires Contreras. After one, the Pirates lead 1-0.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Out of the University of Houston, Jared Triolo. He's their third baseman. And the right-handed batter looks at a ball a little bit low from Michael McGreevy. 1-0 in favor of the Pirates as they scored a run on 2 hits. An RBI on a ground out by Horowitz. Scored Ronnie Simon. Triolo swings, sending a foul ball. That goes out of play off to the right. Are you ready for a throwback?
Yeah.
25-cent drinks are back at On the Run. Get yours the day after the Cardinals score 6. Only for a limited time and only at On the Run. McGreevy into the windup, the 1-1 pitch. That's a strike called.
Mentioned in the first inning that Nick Gonzalez, one of the guys that is swinging the bat well in the Pirates lineup, 8-game hitting streak for him. Jared Triolo was the other one. He has homered in 2 straight games.
Triolo comes in with 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, big swing and a foul back, and it's 1-2 on him. Well, Ke'Bryan Hayes has moved on. Triolo is playing third base in game 1 of the series tonight. Right-hander facing right-hander. The pitch to Triolo. That is hit hard past the diving Gorman and down the left field line to the corner. That's a double for Triolo, maybe a triple. Getting to the ball just now, Nootbaar holding Triolo to a leadoff double.
That ball was hit sharply in between Gorman and the bag, and that was the sweeper, a pitch that right-handers have just not been touching, but that one spun a little bit. I think that's the product of the sweeper being thrown out of the strike zone in the first inning. Too much break to it, so McGreevy took a little of the break off, but he left too much of the plate. That became the problem, too much of the plate.
Now left-handed batter in there, the first pitch. Sawinski takes ball 1 inside. Jack Sawinski out of Taft High School in Chicago, Illinois. 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. He had 19 home runs in 2022, and the next year he had 26. He swings and misses trying to hit one there. Missed the fastball up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sawinski is grounded into 1 double play. He's playing in his 46th game, batting .124. The pitch, outside and low, a ball.
He's really struggled against left-handers. In fact, they're not even using him against left-handers anymore. You and I have as many hits against lefties as Jack Sawinski does this year, which is 0. So expect him to be pinch hit 4.
From the belt, the pitch is taken outside for a ball.
Andrew McCutcheon, one of their other outfielders, Alexander Canario, who came over from the Mets. The rest of their bench, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, we've seen him a lot, and Henry Davis, their other catcher.
Jack Sawinski with a 3-1 pitch, looking for something to drive here. And a step off by Michael McGreevy. Now he's back on the rubber. Pages going through the signs by way of pitch com. And McGreevy out of the stretch. A check on second. The pitch up and away. Ball 4. The first walk for McGreevy, his 8th this year. First and second with nobody out for Joey Bart. Bart, the former San Francisco Giant, has 2 home runs, 21 RBIs. He's batting .245. Got into 80 games with the Buccos last year, and he takes a first pitch fastball at the knees.
One of those 2 home runs was early in the season against the Cardinals. He had a game-winning RBI and a home run in the same series against the Cardinals back in April.
That's when the Cardinals won only 1 out of 3, but they were swept, shut out all 3 games at the end of June, first part of July. Here's a sinker down and in for a ball, 1-1 on Joey Bart. Bart is a double play candidate, grounding into 14. The infield plays accordingly. The outfielders play toward right center field, giving up the left field corner. The runners lead at first and second with nobody out. There's a sweeper outside. 2-1 with Michael McGreevy working behind and counts. He had a strikeout, 2 ground ball outs in the first inning, but he gave up a single to Simon and a double to Reynolds. A ground out scored the Pirate run. The pitch is swung on and fouled back, 2-2 on Bart. Bart played his college baseball at Georgia Tech. He's 28 years old. Tightening the straps on the batting gloves. The Pirates are in their rogue gray uniforms. Numbers in black. The names on the back of the uniform in black, outlined in gold. Black caps and helmets. Batter's timeout taken here by Bart. The Cardinals, the home white uniforms. Cardinals across the front of the jersey with the birds on the bat. Red caps and helmets. 1-0 Pirates. Nobody out. With 2 on, the pitch jammed him in a foul ball over to the Cardinal on deck circle. The Cardinals find themselves 4-5 against the Pirates this year. Going back to an 8-4 loss on the 7th of April at Pittsburgh. Then Sonny Gray got a win in a 5-3 victory on the 8th. The Cardinals lost a 2-1 game on the 13th in 13 on the 9th, and a foul ball back by Bart. He stays alive with a 2-2 count. Then here in St. Louis, the Cardinals won 6-3, 2-1, and 5-0 in sweeping the Pirates, only to be swept by Pittsburgh on June 30th, July 1st and 2nd, 7-0, 1-0, and 5-0. Down 1-0 tonight. There is strike 3 called. That's over at the belt. The second strikeout for McGreevy, and well timed. Now Mlbregular is coming to bat. Playing in his 24th game with the Pirates. He has grounded into 1 double play. Mlbregular at shortstop. At AAA, he hit .251, 5 homers, 36 driven in. He has 4 home runs, 7 RBIs at the big league level this year. Mlbregular holding the bat right down on the knob. A look to second by McGreevy. A long look. Now the pitch outside. He's not landing the sweeper very well, is he?
He is not. No, he's missing. He's overcooking it a little bit. Again, the leadoff double that started this inning was the opposite of that. It was a sweeper that he really didn't get enough break on. It just stayed in the middle of the plate. So he's searching for that right release point. It's not an easy pitch to throw, honestly. It's just a big slider is what it is.
Here's a fastball strike on the outside corner.
But you're going to throw it a little bit more the side of the ball, a little bit more like a sidearm slider almost. It's going to break kind of more away from a right-handed batter than down and essentially sweep across the plate.
Pitch number 41 for McGreevy. A swing and a miss, and there was the sweeper.
Yep, that was a good one.
1-2 on Mlbregular with 2 on and 1 out. It may be difficult for McGreevy to get through 5 today with the pitch count over 40. McGreevy is waiting on Mlbregular to get back in. Right-hander facing right-hander. The lead at second for Jared Triolo. And Sawinski is the runner at first base. From the belt, the kick, the pitch. Ground ball to third. Gorman throws to second, out, on to first base. Double play around the horn. And sliding in hard at second, Sawinski upending.
Wow, you don't see that anymore.
Cardinals second baseman, Thomas Sajasi.
How about that?
We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Pirates.
Wow, it's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft, it's got an outboard motor, it's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub.
Look at that.
I mean, come on.
American ingenuity.
That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
And take home. For even more fun, check out their other area locations at Union Station, St. Louis Galleria, West County Center, or the ultimate party destination, Build-A-Bear Adventure in Chesterfield. Build-A-Bear Workshop. It's the stuff you love.
Strike one to Nolan Gorman leading off for the Cardinals in the second inning. Nolan is 3 out of 5 with a walk and 3 runs batted in head-to-head with Johan Oviedo. The former Cardinal with the sidestep, the kick, the pitch. A sinker down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gorman is hitting .227, 12 home runs, driving in 39. He has 5 hits in his last 23 at-bats, including a home run. There's a swing and a miss.
I feel like he looks more ready and more athletic at the plate. I mean, on the offensive side, I just think I don't know if he's gotten loosened up a little bit, but the bottom half and the upper half kind of go together a little bit more now.
Well, he had issues at the All-Star break with back trouble.
Yes.
He's down in the count 1-2. Oviedo has given up 1 hit, and he's working with a 1-0 lead over the Cardinals. Check swing and a ball high. It looked good, but Gorman kept from pulling the trigger. 2-2. After Gorman, Thomas Sajasi, then Jordan Walker. The pitch from Oviedo outside. Oviedo wanted that one. He threw that one about 95, 96 miles an hour.
Gorman's been getting on base, getting his hits, but he's also been walking.
The 3-2 pitch from Johan Oviedo to Cardinal third baseman Nolan Gorman. And that's low, ball 4, you were saying.
Well, I mean, that comes with being comfortable at the plate and not chasing a lot. And that's, you know, honestly, when we see Gorman struggle, he chases, he's swinging at everything.
And he laid off the high fastball.
Yeah, that's right.
In that sequence, that would have been a strikeout not that long ago.
And then an off-speed pitch below the knees, he laid off of that too. So that's definitely progress.
Thomas Sajasi, 1 home run, 14 RBIs, his 53rd game with the Cardinals at the big league level this year. The right-handed batter takes low, and the ball rolls to the left of Bart, but not far enough for Gorman to advance. Graybar is your electrical and datacom distributor, helping to power, connect, or maintain your operations.
Yep.
Graybar does that. 1-0 Pirates. Gorman represents the tying run. He took a leadoff walk here in the second. Wide open space on the right side of the infield as Sajasi takes a sinker down and in.
Boy, he's over sinking it right now. That pitch is nasty, John. It's starting out in the middle of the maybe the inside corner, about the middle of the strike zone, and it's just darting down and in towards the back foot of the right-handed batter.
2-0 on Thomas Sajasi. The pitch by Oviedo, a slider, and that was a knee buckler, a strike outside half. 2-1. Johan Oviedo, standing 6'6", 275 pounds. The 27-year-old right-hander, former Cardinal, is ready. His pitch. Sajasi takes a strike, 95 at the knees. Sajasi's not sure what he's getting from Oviedo right now. He was kind of dancing in the batter's box, taking strike 2.
I'm not sure I would give him so much room on the right side of the infield with a 2-strike count.
The 2-2 pitch. Outside with a slider. A 3-2 count. This is after a leadoff walk to Nolan Gorman. Over the last 7 games, Sajasi has driven in 4 runs. Wigwagging the bat over the plate. Waiting on the 3-2 pitch from Johan Oviedo of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sajasi swings and lines a single into left field. That was nice and easy on a slider out over the plate. Deep counts, a walk, and a base hit on a 3-2 pitch.
Sajasi's a hitter. He was an MVP in Double-A when he was on his way up with the Texas organization and then finished with the Cardinals that year, but he can hit. The question is, where can he play best defensively? Can he do that every day? And can he hit consistently enough?
Jordan Walker has 2 on with nobody out. The pitch for Walker. Checks his swing. A slider is high.
Nolan Gorman, by the way, according to Chris Tuno, he just sent us a nice stat here that Gorman has 14 walks this month. That's the most walks in a month in his career.
And he's the runner at second base representing the tying run. We're going to have a mound visit by Joey Bart. And he's going to be joined by Oscar Marine, the pitching coach. Is this a way for Oscar to get his steps in when he saw the catcher go out there?
Well, he hasn't had to go out very often lately because the Pirates have been so good on the pitching side. Man, they've been outstanding. Their rotation is actually pretty good right now, and it's going to get better.
They have Bubba Chandler up.
And they're going to get Jones back next year, probably. And I mean, they could be a top rotation, certainly in the division, maybe even in all of baseball next year.
And the Cardinals will not see Skeens in this series. He pitched yesterday. Jordan Walker waiting for a 1-0 pitch. He has a home run off Oviedo. A swing, and this is popped up. And it's going back out of play. Bart throws a new ball to the mound. The pitch count right now is at 26 for Oviedo. And that's through 3 batters in the second inning with nobody out. The Pirates scored in the first inning with 2 hits and a ground out. The double play took them out of advancing the score in the second. The pitch to Walker, a swing, and there's a hit to left field. Gorman had to go back to second to make sure the ball was going to get past Peguero. The bases are loaded with nobody out for Pedro Pajes.
If Gorman would have read that differently and taken off, we would have had another moment of Tommy Pham making a throw home, and we know that the ex-Cardinal has made some career throws against the Cardinals as an outfielder, and he was hoping to get a chance to do that, but Gorman did have to wait up to make sure that Peguero didn't get it.
The Cardinal catcher Pajes is trying to break an 0 for 8. He has the bases loaded. The pitch to him. Strike 1 called. 95 knee-high outside half. Pages with 9 home runs, 40 runs batted in. 2 more home runs than he hit last year. Horwitz plays off the line right at the edge of the grass at first base. The pitch, Pages couldn't hold up on a slider outside. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Pedro over the last 7 games, 8 for 23. A homer, 5 RBIs with 2 walks, but he has struck out 7 times in his last 7 games. Now he's in protect mode. Gorman is at third, Sajasi at second, Walker at first. Johan Oviedo from the stretch. A long pause and the pitch. Pages takes a slider outside, wouldn't chase that one.
I think it's important to note on that ball that Gorman didn't take off on, had to make sure he caught it. From where we sit, very easy to see that ball was not going to be caught. But when you're taking a lead off of second base, you've got to really be good at guessing whether or not the guy's going to catch it or not.
Pedro Pages swings and strikes out. Strikes out for the 88th time this year. Missed out on an opportunity to tie the game there. The third strikeout for Oviedo. And Oviedo will face Nathan Church. Nathan, a 2022 11th round pick by the Cardinals. The 337th player picked overall. He went 2 for 8 against Tampa Bay. 3 runs scored, a homer, 3 RBIs, and a stolen base. He has the bases loaded. He swings and hits the ball in the air, left field. It's medium left field for Tommy Pham. Gorman tags. He's trying to score. The throw is cut off. The throw down to second. Back in there safely, Thomas Sajasi. And the game is tied on a sacrifice fly by Nathan Church, driving in his 5th run. That's 5 RBIs in 6 games for the rookie.
Situational hitting, just putting the ball in play, getting it to the outfield. And tagging at third was Gorman, and I got to see my Tommy Pham throw after all, but it was up the line just a little bit, so there would not have been a play on Gorman, so it was cut off by the third baseman.
Not a bad relay to second, though. Just getting back safely, Thomas Sajasi. Now with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here's Lars Nootbaar. Nootbaar was called out on strikes, opening the bottom of the first for the Cardinals. We're tied at 1 at Busch Stadium. The hits are even at 3. Oviedo with a look to second base. The pitch. Nootbaar is jammed and pops it up, and it's caught by the third baseman Triolo. But the Cardinals tied it up, taking advantage of a leadoff walk. Ricky has the third. 1-1 Cardinals Buccos.
At the crack of a bat, crack open a bud.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Budweiser is the official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Baseball fans, this Bud's for you.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Michael McGreevy back for the top of the third inning, a 1-1 game, as he delivers a pitch high for a ball. Welcome back to the Cordell and Cordell broadcast booth. It's the Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates, first of 4. Each team with 3 hits through the first 2 innings. And the RBI on the Cardinals side belongs to Nathan Church. And there's a strike delivered by McGreevy, who had some issues in the first couple of innings commanding his sweeper. We'll see if he's got that under control as he's getting ready to deliver pitch number 45. Here it comes, and that's a little bit high. 2-1. Swing pitch goes Simon's way. Ronnie Simon leading things off. He singled, hit a little chopper past the third baseman Gorman, and ended up scoring the first run of the game. Next delivery from McGreevy is hit into the air to left field, and that's Nootbaar, moves over, now comes in a step, and makes the play for out number 1. Simon is out, F7. In a game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. That brings in Nick Gonzalez, who struck out his first time on a fastball down and in. He has an 8-game hitting streak going. He bats from the right side, and he's a guy that came up through the Pirates organization. And he takes another fastball in, although it was a strike, but called a ball. That one just caught the inside corner at the top of the zone. Gonzalez hitting .279, but only has 5 homers and 19 RBIs, and he bloops that one into center field, and it's going to drop for a hit. Thought maybe it would hang up long enough for Church to make a play, but it is a base hit, and he extends his hitting streak to 9 games. And before Brian Reynolds bats, let's pause for station identification. You and your friends are listening to the Cardinals Radio Network, and it's powered by Gray Bar. McGreevy hoping for a double play here, but a long drive to right field, and that's gone. Jumping on the first pitch was Brian Reynolds, and that was way out in right field. A 2-run home run, and the Pirates jump on top here in the 3rd inning by a score of 3-1. His 14th home run of the year, and RBI 64 and 65. He absolutely ambushed McGreevy there. So a 1-out hit by Gonzalez, then a home run by Reynolds. And it brings in Spencer Horwitz, who is their first baseman. Bats from the left side. Fastball misses outside for a ball. McGreevy has allowed 5 home runs this year now, in closing on 60 innings. The next delivery is a breaking pitch, and that's called outside, and it was. 2-0 to Horwitz, who played at Radford University. Several family members of mine attended that university. McGreevy delivers a pitch, and that's hammered to right field. Backing up is Walker. He's at the track, and that one's long gone over the Cardinals bullpen. Horwitz gave that one a ride, back-to-back home runs, and it's now 4-1 Pittsburgh. And so far, it is not Michael McGreevy's night. Horwitz with his 7th homer of the year. Both home runs. Reynolds and Horwitz, absolute no-doubters. Not sure what that pitch was. It was 90 miles an hour middle in, so not the location. Might have been a cutter. There's a ground ball to short on the first pitch, thrown to Tommy Pham, and Pham throws out, or Wynn throws out Pham, and that's out number 2. And they're also jumping on the first pitch here against Michael McGreevy. And it is working this inning, unfortunately. 4 runs on 6 hits now for the Pirates, so the quality start is out of the question for McGreevy. We'll see how long he can last in this game. The Cardinals did make a bullpen move today that we told you about already, as he delivers a strike to Jared Triolo, who doubled leading off last inning. Bats with 2 outs and nobody on. They play him to pull on the infield, the outfield slightly the other way. And the next delivery to Triolo is a swing and a miss, and he was tardy on that fastball. 0-2. Cardinals have a run on 3 hits, so they've got some work to do against Johan Oviedo to give McGreevy a chance to go deep enough into this game. Again, the bullpen news was Andre Granillo was sent out, and Gordon Graceffo is back. Slider, that's low. 1-2. And Graceffo figures to be one of the first up in the Cardinals' pen. Maybe John King, too, who's also back. Greavy listens for the sign. He's got it. 1-2 pitch is a called strike three. Catches the inside corner, and that's the third strikeout for Michael McGreevy. But the damage done in the inning. 2 home runs, back-to-back home runs. One of them a 2-run shot. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 4-1 Pittsburgh.
Boomer is the dog. Then he looked good. I just followed his pitch all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
We will see what kind of answer the Cardinals have here in the bottom of the third inning after a 3-run top half for the Pirates. First pitch is low, ball 1, delivered by Oviedo, who's had some issues with his command. He walked Nolan Gorman leading off last inning, and that cost him after back-to-back hits. A sacrifice fly by Nathan Church. That's the Cardinals' run. His next pitch is popped up on the left side of the infield, and it is Triolo who's calling for it, but he gives way to the shortstop, Peguero, and that is out number 1. His win is now 0 for 2, and Burleson will bat. Well, the Pirates, you may be interested in knowing that the Pirates are dead last in the National League in home runs. I mean, way last.
You couldn't tell it by the top of the third.
I think they forgot to get the memo on that. The top of the third, notwithstanding. 2 home runs there as the pitch is high, but they came into play, John, with 94 home runs. The Cardinals don't hit a ton, and they've hit 30 more than that, 124. And the leader in the National League is the Dodgers. They're at 196. So more than 100 more home runs for the Dodgers than the Pirates. That is drastic. And it's 2-0, but the Pirates are getting it done so far in this game. Looks like Oviedo's calling at least some of his own signs as he goes to the pitch comm on his belt and delivers a 2-0 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. He went with an off-speed pitch. Burley singled up the middle his first time, hit the ball very hard, and the average starting to climb a little bit for Burley again, trying to get close to that top 10 in the National League, just out of it now, and he fouls that pitch off. He's been dealing with a wrist issue. In fact, he's grimacing a little bit on that swing. Kind of noticed a little awkwardness there in that swing, and he's talking to himself right now. Got that pained look on his face, too. Deep breath. That's actually not a good sign. And he's a tough dude. He played yesterday despite the wrist issue, but I think that one didn't feel very good. 2-2 pitch to Burleson is a check swing, and he didn't go. But again, the check swing, that's not good on your wrist either. You've got to stop a bat that you're starting to swing violently at 100 miles an hour, and you got to stop it on a dime. 3-2 the count to Burleson. They set up inside. Here comes the pitch from Oviedo. It's popped up on the left side. And it's going to be Triolo who calls off the catcher in foul territory. He makes the play. And I'm wondering about Alec Burleson. I hope he's okay. But that was a little bit of a ginger swing there as well. So 2 outs, nobody on, and Wilson Contreras. Chris Conroy actually talking with Burleson. Now he's following him a bit down the steps, paying attention to see what he has to say about how he feels. Contreras flied out to center his first time, and he takes strike 1 from Oviedo. Good hard fastball. A fly out that Contreras had was a ball he just got underneath of. And I think he felt like he may have missed that pitch. He leads the team with 19 homers. He has 70 RBIs. And he grounds that one foul. So he is 0-2. Oviedo trying to get through the first 3 innings here. His pitch count is actually better than Michael McGreevy's is, which we would have guessed the opposite. McGreevy's thrown 57 pitches through 3, despite the first ball hitting Pirates in that 3rd inning. Here comes an 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. Short homestand for the Cardinals, just one team, 4 games, one team, that's it, the Pirates. A lot of alumni will be at the ballpark over these 4 days, by the way. Names that you certainly know. And they're going to call time and give me a chance to tell you some of those names as the catcher Bart goes out to talk to him on an 0-2 pitch. That's unusual, but Al Raboski will be at the ballpark, and how great is it that he is going to be going into the Cardinals Hall of Fame the next time we come back home. And also here are a couple of Hall of Famers. Ted Simmons, Ozzie Smith will be here throughout this week, different times. Mike Matheny will be here, former Cardinal manager. Todd Worrell, Scott Terry. Always a bunch of Cardinal alumni at the ballpark. So the pitch to Contreras is swung on and missed. So I guess that conversation was worth it. They get the strikeout, a 1-2-3 inning for Oviedo. We go to the 4th. Cardinals trailing the Pirates through 3, 4-1.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked in, that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way, couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Fastball, ball 1, delivered to Jack Sawinski, the center fielder, leading it off, top of the 4th inning. As this game's moving right along, 4-1 Pittsburgh. There's a ground ball to second, off-speed pitch. It's handled by Sajasi, moving to his left, and a Again, a little bit of a odd throw from Sajaci. It's almost like he's aiming the ball as a second baseman. Yeah, he's not letting it go. And for almost like, kind of like Yippee, I would say. Like he's afraid to throw the ball hard. And he got lucky that Burleson was ready for it and able to stretch and make that catch. A very simple throw, but the hard part was catching it. The easy part was throwing it. But it's out number one regardless, and strike one delivered to Joey Bart, who struck out his first time. The ERA of Michael McGreevy is better in innings 4, 5, and 6 than it is in 1, 2, and 3. So let's hope for that as he misses outside, and let's hope that Johan Oviedo has the opposite experience as McGreevy's trailing 4-1 right now. Very comfortable night here at Busch Stadium. My goodness, it's an awesome night to be at the ballpark. The wind and the pitch, and that's a jam shot, and he hit that one off his front foot. Gorman has it, but it is a foul ball. Miller Furniture's Labor Day clearance event is coming up now through September 9th. Save up to 75% of all in-stock furniture plus select custom orders. Visit one of their 4 locations, or you can go online at millerfurniture.com, M-U-E-L-L-E-R. We are enjoying some Miller Furniture as we speak. McGreevy shakes off a sign. Now he agrees with it. And the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. He tied him up badly.
Wow, that was a foot up and in.
That was an awkward swing by Bart. Almost a self-defense swing.
That was not what he expected.
It was not. Like he was swatting a fly or something. So 2 quick outs. And Mlbregular, Pirates shortstop from the Dominican Republic, grounded into a double play his last time. That helped out McGreevy big time in the second inning. And he delivers a strike in at the knees. So he does look a little sharper here in the 4th inning. And let's hope it's not too late. So our game time temperature was 71 degrees. The 1-strike pitch is a little bit outside. So whoever was in charge of changing the outside thermostat from the last time we were here, I'm pretty grateful for that. Because we've had some hot moments at Busch Stadium, but it's nice now. The 1-1 pitch. Jim, did you do that? He said you're welcome. The all-powerful Jim Jackson at work again. McGreevy doesn't like that baseball, so he'll get a new one. Peguero has only 7 RBIs on the season. Most of them have come against the Rockies. He's had good games against them. Fouls that one off at the plate. And again, the Pirates just swept the Rockies. But the Pirates have the worst road record in the National League. Actually, the Rockies do, but they're just a little bit better than them. They're 29th in all of baseball, let's put it that way. The Pirates are 18-44 on the road, but they lead this one 4-1 as the pitch misses the outside corner, and that's a full count now on Mlbregular with Ronnie Simon to bat next. Not a lot of household names right now in this Pirate lineup, but they have been competing. Winning 4 straight games, 3-2 pitch is grounded over towards their dugout. And I believe that was their manager, Don Kelly, who caught that ball on a couple hops. Our home plate umpire is Derek Thomas. Cleans off the plate. I believe he had a broom handy. They don't all have those anymore. John has a paintbrush. 3-2 pitch is grounded to the left side. It's going to be a tough play. And McGreevy makes it. Moving to his right. He acted like a shortstop, made a quick throw, quick sidearm throw over to Alec Burleson and throws out Peguero. 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 5 straight.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale, up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed, plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Cardinal third baseman Nolan Gorman hacks at the first delivery from Oviedo. It was a changeup, and he fouled it over to the third base side. Strike one. Cardinals trailing by 3. They need a big inning here. The pitch to Gorman is swung on and missed. Another changeup from Oviedo, and Gorman didn't see that one out of the hand. He missed that one by quite a large margin. Gorman walked and scored in the second inning, and that's the only run the Cardinals have. It's 4-1 as we play here in the fourth inning. Michael McGreevy gave up back-to-back home runs in the third inning. That's the story of the game right now. It's time to change the story. 0-2 pitch. It is a called strike 3. Got him with a slider. And Gorman was not able to pull the trigger on that. And that is 5 strikeouts for Oviedo. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals, LLC, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Brought to you by Brown & Crouppen, a great law firm. Fastball misses low. Ball 1 to Thomas Sajaci, who singled into left field his first time. He had 3 strikeouts yesterday, but a good start to the game today. Next delivery to him is lined, and that's caught by the third baseman. He had to leap to do it. The third baseman, Triolo, just took a hit away from Sajaci. Kind of a soft liner, but a liner nonetheless. But it is out number 2. And that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 retired in a row by Oviedo. Last Cardinal to reach base was Jordan Walker. Now, in the midst of that, Nathan Church did get a sacrifice fly and an RBI, so he had a productive at-bat. But no hits since Walker's base hit, which extended his hitting streak to 4 games. He's now 2 for 5 against Oviedo with a home run. And can the Cardinals get something going with 2 outs? Oviedo has his sign, and here he comes. Slider's fouled back, and he got away with that. He hung it, and he knew it. Jordan knew it. The catcher knew it. The home plate umpire knew it. The Pirates pitching coach knew it. Probably anybody behind the home plate probably knew it too, but he got away with it. The 1-1 count, and the pitch is hit in the air, right side of the field, and it's going to be the second baseman calling off Horwitz. That's Gonzalez. He had a 1-2-3 inning for Oviedo. 9 straight retired by him. And we'll go to
The Cardinals are looking up at the Pirates, a 4-1 lead for Pittsburgh, and it's the top of the order with left-handed batting Ronnie Simon fouling the first pitch back. Michael McGreevy with pitch number 72 on the night just misses a little bit high, a close one, 1 ball, 1 strike. Good to have Coach Dan Skirka here from Murray State, taking the Racers all the way to the College World Series.
What a year they
this
had.
year.
It came out of nowhere. What a great year.
Threw out a first ball tonight, and there's a line drive foul down the right field line, 1-2 on Ronnie Simon.
People that love sports love Cinderella stories. I mean, it's where a team can just kind of beat the odds and end up.
Well, that's what's made the NCAA men's basketball tournament so popular
100%.
over the years. And I don't think a Cinderella will ever make the Final Four again with the NIL and with players moving around on the portal. Here's a pitch down and away. But that kind of story for Murray State, what it's done for the community there, the Missouri Valley Conference, and for their baseball program, everything's looking up for the Racers. And they're going to be hosting the conference tournament coming up next year. Here's a swing and a miss. Simon is out on strikes. That strikeout is the 5th for Michael McGreevy, who's down by 3 runs. We have Build-A-Bear Workshop Day coming up Sunday, September 7th. 10,000 kids, 15 and younger, entering with a ticket will go home with a stadium-exclusive Build-A-Bear Workshop Cardinals Bear. Visit cardinals.com/promotions where you can get all the information. Alex Coyle, the voice of the Memphis Redbirds, is here joining us tonight. They have the day off, so he's come up to watch Cardinal baseball. Good to have Alex here. And they're on a nice run right now at AAA.
Well, I know the AA team and AAA team, both winning teams, and that's also a good sign for the future of the Cardinals. It may take a little bit to get back to where the Cardinals want to be, but that's certainly a good sign.
Nick Gonzalez fouls one off his left foot. Gonzalez got a base hit, scored on the Reynolds home run. Gonzalez improved his hitting streak to 9 games in the process. We have 1 out in the Pirates' half of the 5th inning, and they're leading 4-1, out hitting the Cardinals tonight, 6-3. But Alex, good to have you here. And it's good to have you with us, especially our fans in Marion, Illinois, listening in over WHET. The 2-strike pitch and a foul ball back. And boy, do I miss Ray Fosse.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, do I miss Ray. It was always so great to see him when the Cardinals played Oakland, played the A's. How about and Gonzalez hustling back into the box to be facing up with a pitcher at 8 seconds. He was taking his time outside the box and had to hurry back in. The pitch goes high for a ball, 1-2 on him. Had he not been there at 8 seconds, he'd be on the bench.
That's right.
Michael McGreevy gave up back-to-back home runs to Brian Reynolds and Spencer Horwitz. That was in the 3rd. There's a swing and a miss. The good breaking ball strikes out Gonzalez as we pause for a station ID here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Are you planning a trip to St. Louis from, say, Marion or anywhere in Cardinal Nation? Remember to visit ExploreSt.Louis.com and map out a great trip. Here's a breaking pitch low and a check swing by Brian Reynolds. Reynolds wasn't going to get the cookie on the first pitch there.
No, he wasn't.
He was laying in the weeds and ambushed McGreevy for a 2-run homer on the first pitch he saw in the 3rd inning. Check swing and a fastball strike. That was right down the middle, 1-1.
6 strikeouts in this game for McGreevy is a career high, and he struck out 4 of the last 6 batters that he's faced. So he has been better here in the middle innings than he was in the first few.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up and away, 2 balls and a strike. The Pirates have 4 runs on 6 hits. McGreevy has walked 1 and struck out 6. When the Cardinals come up, we pass the halfway point. Pajes, Church, and Nootbaar will be facing Oviedo. Ground ball foul on the right side, and that didn't sound very good off the bat. Jim Jackson is our producer-engineer with Daniel Hinkamp in the St. Louis studio. Kyle Sixta is our booth assistant here at the ballpark. Matt Pauley hosted the pregame. He'll have our postgame show. And with Mike Claiborne and Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. And Heaney, a left-hander, their only left-hander in the bullpen, is warming up, backing up Oviedo.
JoJo knows what that's like, to be the only left-hander in a bullpen for a while.
But now John King is back. And Veneziano was with the Cardinals for a few games. King just took his place on the roster. The 2-2 pitch by McGreevy. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. McGreevy strikes out the side and has 7. Halfway through the game, the Pirates lead the Cardinals 4-1.
September 7th is Build-A-Bear Workshop Day at Busch Stadium, and we're celebrating.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Collect a limited edition Cardinals pin, PIN, when you purchase 8 or more gallons of gas at a participating Phillips 66 station by using the Phillips 66 Fuel Forward app. That's it for Johan Oviedo. 4 innings, 1 run, 3 hits. He walked 1, struck out 5. The former Cardinal is gone. Lefty Andrew Heaney is on and misses outside to right-handed batting Cardinal catcher Pedro Pajes. Pajes struck out swinging, facing Oviedo. And Pedro's trying to break it 0 for 9. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Cardinals trail 4-1. 3 hits for the Cardinals. Those occurred in the first 2 innings. Heaney's pitch jammed him in a foul ball back, 1-2. Cardinals got a 2-out hit from Burleson in the first inning. Back-to-back singles from Sajasi and Walker in the second. That was following a Gorman walk, and Gorman came in on a sacrifice fly by Nathan Church. It tied the game at 1, only to have the game untied by a 3-run third from the Pirates. Check swing, and he's out, reaching for a high outside pitch. Pajes strikes out for the second time. He has struck out 9 times in his last 8 games. Nathan Church, a sacrifice fly, his first in the big leagues for his 5th RBI in 6 games. Slightly open stance. The left-handed batter takes right there, strike 1. Fastball in the low 90s for Andrew Heaney. Heaney with a sidestep to kick, his pitch. And it jammed him in a slow roller up the first base line, a foul ball. Heaney is 5-10 with a 5.04 ERA. A starter that has been placed in the bullpen. Born in Oklahoma City in 1991, a Miami Marlins first-round pick in 2012 out of Oklahoma State. Came up with Miami, then on to the Angels. He pitched for the Dodgers and the New York Yankees, as well as Texas and now Pittsburgh. There's a swing and a base hit to right field for Church. He reached down for a curveball, and he's trying for two. He's hustling into second. That's a hustling double. That ball was hit right to Simon in right field. And the ball was mishandled, but Church was digging all the way around first as he had a look at Simon, and it goes as a base hit and an E9.
Boy, that's a great reaction by Church. He does have really good speed, and that's his first hit here at Busch Stadium, and showed good hustle as well as the ball was booted in right field, but he wasted no time.
Church wasn't stopping around first base when that ball touched down. Here's the pitch outside. That's why I was inclined to say it's a double, because of the way he forced the issue. But it goes as a single and an E9, a runner in scoring position. Left-handed batting Lars Nootbaar, taking ball one from Heaney. Lefty against lefty. Nootbaar takes a curve way outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
That's Church's first hit in what is normally considered a big league stadium, too, if you think about that.
That's right.
He had the hits in Tampa, where they're playing at the Yankees' George Steinbrenner Field, their A-ball in their spring training site.
He takes a lead at second. The shortstop, Peguero's trying to shorten that lead. Nootbaar looks at a strike. That was a fastball that caught the outside corner. 2-1. Church takes another good lead at second base as Heaney works from the stretch position. A look to second. The pitch to Nootbaar. Curveball, strike, outside corner.
Lars is not seeing the pitch away. He's been upset about calls that are on this outside corner, and he's just judging them to be away.
They're playing Lars to pull on the infield. He swings and lifts a fly ball down the left field line. That's foul. And out of play. No play for Pham or Triolo, the third baseman.
You know, it kind of makes sense. You think about if a player is pulling off a little bit, and Lars has been starting to do that again, and he's better when he does it, but he's human. But if you pull off, your head's moving away from the outside corner. It's going to look away even if it's not.
Heaney has started 23 games out of 25 appearances. He has a runner at second, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch for Nootbaar. A swing and a ground ball, and that's a fair ball. That's picked by Horowitz, feeding Heaney. That was a good play by the first baseman to get the out on Nootbaar as Church advances to third with 2 down. Mason Wynn, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. He'll get a look at a lefty now. The first 2 at-bats against right-hander Oviedo. Now it's the left-hander Heaney.
Boy, you have to start chipping away, don't you?
Get a run here.
You don't have to get it all back, but get one.
The pitch to Mason. Curveball, strike called. Wynn going 0 for 2, hitting .257. He has 9 home runs. He takes a pitch on the inside corner. A little harder breaking ball for a strike. The way things are going for Mason in recent games, here he is 0-2 again. Heaney's pitch, a high fastball, wouldn't chase it, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Church singled, went to second on what was ruled an error by Ronnie Simon. The ball hit his glove and dropped right next to him. His throw couldn't get Church racing for second base. Then a ground up put Church on third. Here's Wynn checking his swing, taking a high fastball, 2-2. Andrew Heaney on in relief of Johan Oviedo. The Pirates lead by 3, out hitting the Cardinals 6-4. Heaney's pitch for Mason Wynn, a foul ball. Spoiled off a changeup that time that was dipping down and away. And Mason lives to see at least one more pitch here. Heaney with the sign, working from the third base side of the rubber. Now his pitch for Mason Wynn. A swing and a ground ball left side. It goes off the glove of Triolo. Everybody's safe. Church scores. The Cardinals are down by 2. Mason Wynn with the run batted in, his 47th.
Gutsy at bat by Mason Wynn, who did not give up, even though he was down 0-2. Was able to just put the ball in play and found a hole on the left side of the infield. And runs well enough, even with a bad knee, to be able to beat that out after it went off of the glove of Triolo, the third baseman.
Now Alec Burleson comes up, representing the tying run. The pitch by Heaney. Up and away, ball one. Burleson of 15 home runs, 59 runs batted in. Number 41 on the home white jersey, playing first base tonight. Batting third in the lineup for Oliver Marmol. With Wynn on first base, a look to first. Heaney pitches. A strike called at the top of the zone. Burleson adjusting the batting helmet, walking back in. The left foot near the back line of the batter's box in an open stance. They play him to pull on the infield, the opposite in the outfield. As Heaney checks on first base, the pitch. Burleson was jammed and fouls it back, and it's 1-2 on Alec.
You still see a hand coming off the bat when Alec swings the bat, which just makes me think that the wrist is still bothering him a bit.
On deck, Wilson Contreras. Wynn takes a lead at first. Horwitz is holding there. The pitch. A flare foul off to the left. 1-2 as the fans have started the wave here at Busch Stadium. The Pirates lead 4-2. The Cardinals have closed the gap in the hit column. 6-5 Pittsburgh. The Pirates have the game's only error. Wynn leads at first, and the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a foul. Good swing that time by Burleson.
And I know fans around the world want to know, is it clockwise or counterclockwise? And today they chose clockwise with the wave, so now you know. You wanted to know that.
They wanted to know that information in Switzerland. I'm very much aware of that.
I'm sure they did.
1-2 on Burleson. Wynn leads at first. Horwitz holding. From the stretch, here's Heaney. And the pitch. A swing and the ball served down the left field line. It's a fair ball. And the ball was touched by a fan or went over the wall and hit a fan. And it's a double with Wynn stopping at third and Contreras coming up, representing the go-ahead run.
Oh, such a burly at bat right there, just getting the ball hard the other way against a lefty, taking what he gave him, pitched him away, he hit it away, and kept it just inside that line. And I'd like to have seen that ball go into the corner and see if Mason Wynn might have been able to score on Tommy Pham on that.
The ball indeed took a bounce and went into the stands with second and third. Here's Contreras. He checks his swing and takes a changeup for a strike. Now Wilson's facing a lefty, Andrew Heaney. The tying run is Burleson at second. Here's a shot up the middle, and that's past the second baseman Gonzalez. 2-run score, tie game, as Contreras blistered the ball up the middle. 3 hits in a row, we're tied.
So many good at-bats in this inning after it started kind of harmlessly, a strikeout of Pedro Pajes, but then Nathan Church got it going. The rookie got it going with a base hit and a hustling play to get him into second base, and the offense responded behind it.
Nolan Gorman, a left-handed batter up, and Oscar Marine, the pitching coach, is on his way to the mound to buy time for Halderman, a right-hander, to get ready. In fact, they have no more lefties in their bullpen.
And I think they expected this to be a little bit longer of a stint for Heaney, too. First out of the pen with a starter going short in Oviedo. You kind of need the next guy to go at least 2, maybe 3. So that is a problem for Don Kelly.
And it's 3 runs on 4 hits and a Pirate error in the inning. Contreras is the runner at first base for Nolan Gorman. And Gorman would like to launch one. 12 homers, 39 RBIs, a walk and a run scored in the second for him. And he was called out on strikes in the fourth. The Cardinals have tied the game at 4 with a 3-run 5th inning. The pitch by Heaney, right there, strike 1. Nolan Gorman, 25 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona. Here's Heaney with the pitch. That misses just off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 fastballs to start this at bat for Gorman. Contreras blistered the ball up the middle, off Gonzalez's glove into center. That scored 2. Here's a swing and a miss as he chased the slider, and it's 1-2 on Gorman. Gorman with the slightly open stance. White batting gloves, holding the bat down on the knob as Contreras leads at first. The pitch by Heaney. A swing and a line shot. That's in the gap. Left center field. It could give the Cardinals the lead. Here's Contreras around third. He's going to score. An RBI double for Gorman on a 1-2 pitch. And the Cardinals lead 5-4 in the 5th inning.
That ball was blistered into the gap in left center. Gorman taking it the other way. Driving in Contreras against a left-handed pitcher. So many good at-bats against the lefty. 3 lefties have had hits in this inning. Burleson, Gorman, and Church against the lefty Heaney, and he is done.
A pitching change brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill. Holderman is coming in when we come back. Through 17 games, Colin Holderman is 0-1 with an 8.84 ERA, facing Thomas Sajaci. Sajaci takes outside a cut fastball for ball 1. The Cardinals have put up a 4-run 5th inning to go in front of the Pirates 5-4. Now it's Holderman on in relief of Heaney. The pitch, a swing and a miss, and kind of a half-hearted swing there on a cutter by Sajaci. Sajaci has a base hit to left, a line out to third, looking to pick up an RBI here with Gorman taking a lead at second. Sajaci takes a fastball strike on the outside corner. Holderman throws hard. He throws at 95.
He went to Southern Illinois University, and their former manager also went there, Derek Shelton.
Holderman, tall right-hander, working from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2 pitch outside, and that ball was swatted down by Bart.
How did he
just
do
swiped
that?
for it, and the ball rolled in front of the plate, so Gorman couldn't advance.
John, that had to be 2 feet outside. I mean, it's 3 feet outside.
The ball hit the wrist area, actually, or just the padding below the wrist, and the ball rolled in front of the plate. So he got leather on it and saved a base for sure. On 2-2 for Sajaci. Walker's on deck. With 2 outs, Sajaci takes outside and a full count. The Pirates led 1-0 after 1. The game was tied 1-1 after 2. Pittsburgh scored 3 in the 3rd. The Cardinals have put up 4 in the 5th. Holderman on 3-2, and he's going to step off the rubber. Holderman takes a walk towards second.
To me, that's a change of mind of not liking the pitch that he had already agreed to and realizing I need to do something else. So he is going to go and get another sign here.
Now on 3-2 with 2 down. Holderman to Sajacy. A swing and a hit to left field. Here comes a runner around third, and Gorman scores. 6-4 Cardinals. What a 5th inning. And I smell the coffee brewing. The Cardinals just scored 6. Swing on by on the run tomorrow. Grab your favorite fountain drink, frozen drink, or hot coffee for a throwback price of only 25 cents. It's on and On the Run.
Another good at-bat. The 9th batter of the inning is now Jordan Walker.
Thomas Sajacy with his 2nd hit tonight. And Jordan Walker takes ball 1 from Holderman. Stubby Clapp says something to Sajacy at first base. The Cardinals have batted around against the Pirates. All 5 runs have been charged to Heaney. The pitch. Walker fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Changes the outlook a little bit for Michael McGreevy, doesn't it? As Leahy is now throwing in the Cardinals' pen. And I wonder if McGreevy will go back out or not. He was, I think, slated to do so with 85 pitches through 5 innings, but I'm not so sure now.
The pitch. A swing and a ground ball to third, and that's booted. Triolo couldn't make the play. Oh, he picks it up and throws out. Walker just out at first base. Stayed with it. Thought the Cardinals were going to keep that inning alive, but with a comeback after the ball had been kicked. Walker is out, and the Cardinals batted around. Communities. And when Missouri weather rips through our state, they are here to put back the pieces. So if you have 1 car or 20, a home or an apartment, a business, a boat, or an entire family legacy to protect, if you're a Missourian, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is for you. If you're in Jefferson County, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Alan Depew is for you. Well, welcome back to the Cordell and Cordell broadcast booth. The Cardinals put up 5 in the bottom of the 5th to take a 6-4 lead. And here's McGreevy pitching, missing high for the first 2 pitches, 2-0 on Spencer Horwitz, who hit a home run the last time he faced McGreevy. A ground out for an RBI tonight for Spencer Horwitz, and then a home run, his 7th of the year. Horwitz takes a pitch right at the top of the zone called a ball. 3-0. McGreevy has walked 1. He has struck out 7. Horwitz was the last batter to reach base safely with his home run, going back-to-back with Reynolds. And there's a pitch high, a 4-pitch walk to start the 6th inning after the Cardinals gave McGreevy a 2-run lead. The second walk tonight for the Cardinals starter. Here's former Redbird Tommy Pham. And our scoreboard update is brought to you by Medica. The Mets have a 6-3 lead over the Phillies after 6 in New York. The Brewers lead the D-backs 6-5 in the top of the 6th in Milwaukee. Move to first, and it's a wide throw toward the home plate side of the bag. No tag applied by Burleson on Horwitz. Padres are at the Mariners, about ready to get started. The Reds are at the Dodgers tonight. They'll be getting started in about a little over a half hour. The pitch in for a strike to Tommy Pham. The Marlins beat the Braves 2-1. It was Boston over the Orioles 4-3. The Red Sox are 72-60. Here's the one-strike pitch, a ground ball up the middle. Wynn has it, flips to second out. On to first, double play. Pham grounds into his 10th double play, erasing that leadoff walk. Wynn to Sajaci to Burleson.
Had a much firmer throw that time by Sajaci. It almost seems like the longer throws are easier for him than the shorter ones. But it was Mason Wynn getting it started, but McGreevy throwing the perfect pitch to get to.
Here is Jared Triolo. A double and a called third strike tonight, 1 for 2. The pitch. There's a fly ball, right field. Walker moves over, he's under it. He has it. Boy, with that big pitch count early, I wondered if McGreevy could go 5. He has gone 6.
Amazing.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Cardinals are leading for him 6-4.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic.
Protectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pedro Pages, a swing and a foul off to the left. Pedro struck out swinging opening the 5th inning, but that's when the Cardinals went to work. Nathan Church with a single. The ball was dropped in right by Simon. Church took second. The next pitch for the Cardinal catcher bounced to third, fair ball. Triolo has it. Strong throw gets Pages, who's 0 for 3 as we pause for an ID on the Cardinals Radio Network powered by Graybar. But in the 5th inning, Church moved up on a ground out by Nootbaar, and with 2 down, the Cardinals really got the line moving. A Wen infield hit for an RBI, a Burleson double. Here's a broken bat, ground ball to the shortstop. Mlbregular charges, and just out at first base is Nathan Church.
And maybe not.
They may want to take a look at that.
Maybe not.
Stu Sherwater called him out, and the Cardinals are checking with the video room.
They want to look at it.
Nathan Church on a broken bat set sail for first base. And he was picking them up, putting them down, and on the throw over there.
I think he's safe. The replay I saw, I think he's safe. It's very close at the bag, but I think the toe hits the bag or does it just before. I don't know. I can't tell.
Oh, it's going to be tough to overturn that, I think, Ricky.
It will be. So the question is, did the toe hit the bag or in front of the bag? I think it hit in front of the bag and slid into it because he was trying to reach out at the last second. I think it's going to be tough to overturn, too. The foot came down. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
The call on the field is out.
Yeah, it's probably going to stay that way.
But the Cardinals are challenging that.
Hey, I love the hustle.
Oh,
regardless.
I love the hustle by Church, the way he took the extra base when he saw the ball dropped his last time up.
So the toe comes down before the ball is in the glove. That is unquestionable as I look at it. What I do have a question about is the toe on the base or not? I cannot quite tell if that toe is on the base or not, and I don't know how they're going to be able to tell.
Well, we have Chris Conroy, Marvin Hudson in the New York studio.
It's worth looking at, though.
As the Cardinals are challenging this with one out in the sixth inning. The call on the field is a ground out, so actually 2 outs pending the challenge. Oliver Marmol smiling over there. He loves the hustle by Church as well.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that regardless
and
of the
that's why
outcome.
it's worth the challenge.
That's right.
For his young outfielder out of UC Irvine. Everywhere he has played in the Cardinals system, his coaches and managers love his intensity and his baseball wits.
If he hits a ball like that ever again to Mlbregular, he's going to go quicker to get that ball to first base. I think he was surprised by the speed of Church.
Jordan Baker is the crew chief, and he's waiting for word from New York.
The key would be if they have an angle that we don't have that actually shows that toe on the base, which hard to tell from the one that we saw, but there may be other angles at the ballpark that Major League Baseball is privy to.
Boy, a long review, and that's why I'm not sure this is going to get overturned. I have a feeling we're going to hear the call stands.
Yeah, I think so.
And here it is from Jordan Baker. Here's the call now.
After review, the call of field stands. The runner's out. Send loose and lose the count.
2 outs, and Lars Nootbaar coming up.
Fans don't like it, but I agree that with your assessment of it, that there's just not enough to prove it, at least from our point of view. So, again, we can still not like it, though.
So Church is 1 for 2 now, sacrifice fly, single and a run scored, and that ground out. Nootbaar takes a pitch right there for strike 1.
How about the toughness of Michael McGreevy, which we talked about at the onset of this game, that he was down, gave up back-to-back home runs in the third inning, yet stayed in it and kept competing.
Here's a swing and a miss by Nootbaar. The count 0-2.
And now has a chance if the bullpen does what they're supposed to do with Leahy getting loose for the 7th inning. If the bullpen does their job, then he's on the plus side of this verdict here.
McGreevy walked 2. He struck out 7. Gave up a couple of home runs. The pitch in the dirt, 1-2 on Lars Nootbaar. And McGreevy will leave the game with a lead. Michael's pitch count, 92. 57 in the strike zone. I didn't think he could make 5 the way the pitch count was soaring in the early innings. Here's Nootbaar taking low. 2 balls, 2 strikes after being down 0-2, facing Holderman. The Cardinals are batting in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading 6-4. And Kyle Leahy is getting ready for the Pirates' 7th inning, and Ricky's going to have that one for you. The pitch. Outside now, 3-2 count on Nootbaar. Let's see if the Cardinals can get the line moving with 2 outs the way they did the last inning. When they put together 5 consecutive hits, they scored a total of 5 runs on 6 hits with the help of a Pirate error in the 5th. The 3-2 pitch. Nootbaar fouls that one back.
That inning for the Cardinals, how many times have we seen that this year where the Cardinals are 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 0 on the board, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and then they erupt. And all of a sudden they figure it out collectively and put a big number on the board. We've seen that many, many times, especially late in games.
3-2 on Lars Nootbaar with 2 outs in the 6th. Nootbaar swings and hits a ground ball to Gonzalez at second. And he throws out Nootbaar. Ricky has the 7th with the Cardinals leading 6-4 over Pittsburgh.
You're always free to lend a helping hand to a struggling teammate, Pisces, whether it's during batting practice or infield drills. Your irresistible spirit will be especially valuable now, and you're going to be in high demand for assistance as the pressure mounts for the postseason. Providing extra support to your team will get you all one step closer to playing late into October.
Kyle Leahy has the top of the 7th inning and the bottom of the order of the Pittsburgh Pirates, beginning with Jack Suwinski, who is now 0 for his last 12 after grounding out in the 4th inning. Facing the right-hander, and the first pitch to him is a strike called a ball at the bottom of the zone. And Leahy gets that happening to him all the time. I think his ball rides a little more than the umpires realize. And that was a strike. But the 1-0 pitch is a bit high, 2-0. And that's got to be frustrating for Leahy. Suwinski, Bart, and Peguero to bat. 6-4 Cardinals, a 5-run 5th inning for the Redbirds, as the 2-0 pitch is a little bit outside. That's 3-0 now on Suwinski. And walks are not what the Cardinals need. We talked about the late walks out of their bullpen, and one more, and we've got another one. 3-0 pitch, and that's a called strike. That's that same spot, bottom of the zone. But he got that one. 6 innings for Michael McGreevy, making his 10th start of the year. The 3-1 pitch, here it comes, and that's outside, ball 4. He walks Suwinski, and that's the start of the top of the 7th inning. Tour the historic Anheuser-Busch Brewery and see the Budweiser Clydesdales up close. Sample the world's best-selling beer and learn about the brewery's rich heritage. Visit ExploreSt.Louis.com and learn more. So a rough start for Leahy as he walks his first batter. Now it's Bart who loops one into right field. Long way to run for Walker, and he can't get it on the dive. He got there in time, but the ball just didn't stay in his glove. He went into a slide, and the ball just bounced off his glove. That's going to be a base hit. But I would say that Jordan would tell you that's a catchable ball. He just didn't catch it. He had the slide, and the ball just hit off his glove. It's as simple as that. But because of the territory he had to roam just to get there, that's a base hit, I think appropriately so. And it's Peguero at the plate. And the inside move by Leahy is not going to pick off the runner at second base. That's Sawinski, who does have very good speed, by the way. He's a power guy, but he runs well. And Peguero shows bunt and gets it down back to Leahy, who throws to third, and he throws it wild. Throws it over the head of Gorman, and fortunately backing it up was Mason Wynn, who caught it on the run. The Cardinals are giving gift after gift to the Pirates here in the top of the 7th inning. The bunt was too hard. Leahy had a play at third and just airmailed it. He stood up. The ball went way to the right of Gorman. No chance to catch that. And that's going to be a error, I would guess. Maybe a sacrifice. But
it is a sacrifice and an error.
There you go, a sacrifice and an error. My goodness. A play that should have or could have been made in right. Let's say could have, not should have. And a play that should have been made on a bunt and a walk that, well, you never want those to happen. Now you've got the bases loaded with nobody out in the top of the order. And this was the bottom of the order for the Pirates as they trail by 2. But a threatening start to the inning. Jojo Romero starts to throw for the Cardinals. They now have 2 lefties in their pen, Romero and John King. And the Cardinals are going to play their infield back, I'm sure. Mason Wynn's in right now, but they're going to send him back, I would think. Yeah, he's backing up. You're much more interested in getting a double play here. Ronnie Simon at the plate, bats from the left side. And the first pitch to him from Leahy is grounded foul, strike 1. Boy, some tense moments now in the 7th inning. Cardinals have a 2-run lead. The Pirates now with 7 hits in the game. The Cardinals have 9. Leahy set about chest high. And the 1-strike pitch is grounded foul again. Past their first base coach, that's Tarek Brock. Mike Rabello is their third base coach. And an 0-2 pitch coming up to Simon, and the 0-2 pitch is fouled off to the left and out of play. Simon is singled, flied out to left, and struck out. How about Simon says strike out again? Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch is outside, and Leahy just doesn't really look that sharp to me. Kind of different release points and kind of doesn't have his normal command. Can he find it? The 1-2 pitch, here it comes. It's fouled off again over towards the Cardinals dugout. That's that slider again. Leahy's throwing a lot of sliders.
Checking the scoring on that, Ricky, Fielder's choice and an E1.
Fielder's choice and an E1. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I thought I heard them say something about a sacrifice. Maybe it said no sacrifice.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Simon with a curveball. So he went slider, then curveball. And he strikes out Simon.
Now tough is Simon and Nick Gonzalez.
Oh, a double play would be nice here. That was more of a straight over the top curveball that actually moved away from the left-handed batter Simon. Gonzalez has struck out twice in this game. Oh, for the double play. First pitch to Gonzalez is taken low, ball 1. He is a pesky hitter. This guy scares me at the plate. He's not going to be a big power guy, but he can hit. You ate those guys up with bases loaded, and here comes the pitch, and that's outside, 2-0. Just missing the outside corner. Leahy's not missing by much, but he is missing. The 2-0 delivery. Here it comes. It's fouled off. So a curveball, then a slider, and Leahy's just not throwing his fastball at all.
He didn't groove a fastball there.
No, he didn't.
Came back with a slider to get the foul ball.
Bases are loaded. One out. The pitch to Gonzalez is hit in the air to right field. Moving towards the line is Walker. This is going to be deep enough to score a run. Walker makes the catch, gets it into the infield. Tagging from third is Sawinski. And the Pirates are within one. It's now 6-5 St. Louis. And, boy, I'll take an out there, even though it's a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Could have been worse news. So the game has done the tighten up here in the 7th inning. And now the very dangerous Brian Reynolds, who has doubled and homered in this game, is also struck out. Pahe steps in front of the plate and gives the infielder some signs. And that has to do with whether or not he will throw to second with Peguero, the runner at first. Will he take off? I don't think he will. Not with Reynolds at the plate and the tying run at third. Reynolds, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. And the first pitch to him is a check swing, and the pitch is outside. 1-0. Reynolds, the designated hitter here for this game. He plays a lot of outfield, as fans of the Pirates know. We've seen him a lot over the years. He went to Vanderbilt. He's got a 1-0 count. The pitch from Leahy is a breaking pitch. That's a called strike. Caught the top of the zone. 1-1. 6 runs on 9 hits for the Cardinals, 5 runs on 7 hits for the Pirates. The tying run is at third. Reynolds at the plate. The pitch swung on and missed. Got him with a curveball. Well, you got the 2 strikes. Now what do you do to finish him off? Will he repeat with that curveball? He's got a better curveball today maybe than a slider or fastball. Leahy toes the rubber. He's got the sign from Pages. Bart at third, Peguero at first. Reynolds at the plate. The 1-2 delivery, here it comes. It's in the dirt. It gets away from Pages, but it's in front of him. And the runner from third can't advance, but Peguero is down to second base on the wild pitch. So that breaking pitch was overcooked a bit. Tight spin, and fortunately, Pages was able to keep that in front of him to keep the tying run from scoring. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2 pitch is grounded foul by Reynolds. Peguero taking a big lead at second base. He is a guy that looks bound and determined to score if there's a base hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Leahy checks the runners, and here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that's high, 3-2. With Spencer Horwitz on deck. Both Reynolds and Horwitz have homered in this game. I would think he gets the curveball here, 3-2. Here it comes, the 3-2 pitch. On its way, it swung out and missed. He struck him out with the curveball. He got him to swing at a pitch in the dirt. A big strikeout for Kyle Leahy. He does give up a run, however. And as we move into the 7th inning stretch presented by Spectrum, stay in the game with Spectrum Internet. Visit Spectrum.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
And career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Our game goes to the bottom of the 7th inning. The 7th inning stretch was presented by Spectrum, lightning fast speeds, major league reliability, so you can stay connected. We'll see if the Cardinals can get that run back. that unearned run that scored in the top of the 7th inning, unearned because of the error by the pitcher Leahy. And there was also a play in right field that Walker could not make. Ruled a hit, I think, correctly. But a new reliever now for the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th. It's 1-0 on Mason Wynn. It is Ramirez. Johan Ramirez takes over. He's a right-hander. And his next pitch is outside. 2-0. How about some more walks here? Ramirez has pitched 20 innings and he's walked 10 batters. Just kind of looks like a guy that has a delivery where he may walk a few. So, let's see if he does. The 2-0 pitch is a called strike. You heard me talking about him. Ramirez, a 6.1 ERA in 12 innings of work. 12 games, 20 innings of work. And Ramirez has Wynn, Burleson, and Contreras in the home half of the 7th. Next delivery is fouled back by Mason, who was right on that. Johan Ramirez. He is from Villamela. I don't know where that is. Well, I know it's in the Dominican Republic, but I don't believe I've been to Villamela. He's a 30-year-old right-hander, and his next pitch is a called strike 3. Gets Mason with a breaking ball, and a good start for him in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nicky Glazer Day is Monday, September 1st. Fans with a theme ticket will take home a Nicky Glazer bobblehead. Celebrate with the Cardinals on Labor Day. Tickets at cardinals.com/theme. A funny lady. Alec Burleson takes a strike on a pitch that was not caught by the catcher and went back to the screen. That doesn't happen very often. Usually they expect you to actually receive it. Ramirez has pitched for a while with several teams. I mean several teams. Started in 2020 in the American League with Seattle. And there's a pitch low. 3 different seasons, parts of 3 seasons with Seattle, then Cleveland, then Pittsburgh, then the White Sox, then Baltimore, then New York, then the Dodgers, then Boston, then back to Pittsburgh again. So he's got a lot of mileage. The 1-1 pitch is hit into left field. Base hit for Burleson. That's his 3rd hit of the game. 2 singles plus a double, and he's aboard for Wilson Contreras.
I think 2 big rallying points in the Cardinal 5-run 5th. The hustle by Nathan Church to get to second on his base hit, and the ball mishandled by Simon. And then the double that Burleson dropped on the left field line. I think it just picked up the club and put a charge into it, and they kept the line moving.
Boy, did they ever. A 5-run inning. They had 6 hits in the inning. Burleson the runner at first for Contreras, who had one of those hits, driving in 2 runs. And the slider is a called strike. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. We're in the home half of the 7th inning. Contreras at the plate, a 1-strike count, and the pitch is swung on and missed. He waved at a slider.
For Burleson, that's his 3rd 3-hit game over his last 8 games.
So he's at 289 right now. And as I check the National League leaders, actually checked them earlier, but I believe that would put him 10th. It would. He'd be 10th in the league in batting, assuming everybody else didn't play today. So that could be better or worse. The next pitch is a called strike 3. Contreras is caught looking, as Wynn was. So Ramirez has given up a hit and struck out 2 batters, and it's Nolan Gorman.
He struck out the right-handed batters, and a left-handed batter, Burleson, got the hit.
And what's going on with Contreras? Did they throw him out? Yeah, if they didn't, they're going to do it now. Contreras is losing it. The Cardinals can't even hold him back. He is so angry with the home plate umpire, and I'm thinking they threw him out, and he's objecting to getting thrown out. Not so much the pitch.
Oh, and he just tossed a bat.
Oh, man. You can't do that. Wilson has just lost it. And now he's being defended by Ali Marmol, who's arguing about it as well. And Ollie Marmol just got tossed. Our home plate umpire is Derek Thomas, who I don't recall ever seeing before. Well, we've seen him now. And Wilson's now throwing stuff out of the Cardinals' dugout, and that is not a good idea. There is bubble gum all over the field right now. The bucket of bubble gum is now all over, and somebody's got to go pick that up. It looks like the Bat Boys are now going to do that. Stubby Clapp is going to help, and so is Alec Burleson. How about that?
No, this is an ugly scene here.
It really is. This is not going to do well for Wilson Contreras, as they are trying to pick up several dozen pieces of bubble gum that are littering the first base coach's box right now. They just could not control Contreras. And while we sort the rest of this out, and before the next pitch, let's pause for station ID on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Well, we're back at Busch Stadium, and there's been a wild scene here with Wilson Contreras getting called out on strikes, and he just absolutely lost it. I mean, he just lost it. Cardinals couldn't hold him back. He went after the umpire. He threw a bat. He threw a bucket with gum onto the field, and that's going to be a healthy fine for Contreras, I'm sure. But it is Gorman at the plate. And the pitch to Nolan is swung on and missed. So I'm guessing our new DH will be Ivan Herrera, but maybe not. But I think we also have a new manager right now, as I believe Ollie was tossed right behind him. As the pitch comes in to Gorman, that's swung on and missed, but it gets away from the catcher with advancement to second by Burleson. He was on the spot there. So that's a strike, but a wild pitch anyway. And Gorman now with a chance for an RBI. You talked about the big hits in the fifth inning. How about the hit by Gorman in that inning? So many good things happened in that inning. Can he do it again? He has walked, struck out, and doubled in this game. He's facing Ramirez with a runner at second base on an 0-2 count, and he fouls that pitch off. Well, you love your team, you support your team, but you can't do those things. We'll see how the Cardinals respond to that moment. The 0-2 pitch coming up to Gorman, and that's hit in the air on the right side, and it may be in play over towards the Cardinals dugout, and it is going to be just out of play into the camera well, and it bounces into the, about the seventh row. Somebody makes a play and gets a big hug. But there was no hugging going on between Wilson Contreras and our home plate umpire, Derek Thomas, who tossed him, and my guess is, and I wasn't down there, and I'm kind of glad I wasn't, I'm guessing he tossed him and Wilson didn't think that that would have been appropriate, and then that's when he lost it, and he got his money's worth, and there's going to be a lot of money's worth, I would say. And Ollie Marmol defending his player, as you do. He got tossed. The 0-2 pitch, a called strike three at the top of the zone, and Gorman doesn't like that call and doesn't have much to say, but the crowd certainly does, as Ramirez strikes out the side, and we go to the eighth. The Cardinals lead the Pirates.
JoJo Romero worked 2 innings to save the game Thursday night down in Tampa. Gave up 1 hit and struck out 3. Comes on to pitch in the 8th inning and deals strike 1. And he's facing Isaiah Kiner-Falefa batting for Spencer Horwitz. The Cardinals lead by a run. The pitch. Ground ball right back to JoJo. Get back, JoJo. He throws him out. 1 gone in the 8th inning. He was calm and cool on that, Ricky.
Well, we need a little calm and cool right now.
Boy, don't we ever.
After that last inning, and maybe just kind of moving on to the next inning is exactly what is needed, and it would be great if JoJo can just have a nice kind of quiet top of the 8th inning here.
Tommy Pham, the batter, and Tommy takes ball 1. Kiner-Falefa out on the comebacker. Tommy Pham's 0 for 3. He takes inside a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Pham has grounded out 3 times to the shortstop, Mason Wynn, and he turned the last ground ball into a double play. The pitch to Pham. That's a slider over for a strike. 2-1 the count on the former Cardinal, 37-year-old outfielder from Las Vegas. The pitch to Tommy. He chops that foul off to the left. Enjoy Session Taco here at the ballpark, section 150, right behind home plate. Locally owned and known around St. Louis for their West Coast-style Mexican cuisine with 6 St. Louis locations. Check them out at sessiontaco.com. Here's Romero with the 2-2 pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. Wilson Contreras was ejected from the game along with Oliver Marmol. Romero with the 3-2 pitch. Down and in, ball 4. The tying run is on. And walks have been an issue in the late innings recently.
Boy, have they ever.
Kiner-Falefa rolled out to the pitcher, and then Pham walked. Here's Jared Triolo. Jack Sawinski, a left-handed batter, comes out to the on-deck circle. And ball 1 goes just a little bit low. That was on the corner. Knee high, called a ball. One and 0 the count. The pitch on the way from JoJo. Ground ball foul, and that broke his bat. So we're going to have a new tree planted at a school or at an area park, thanks to Focal Point, as a Cardinal pitcher broke an opponent's bat. Triolo gets some new lumber. That's more wood for the winter fire.
That's a nice gift that Triolo gave to the city of St. Louis.
With Stickham all the way past the trademark. And George Brett's thinking, I had to go nuts over that with Tim McClellan in New York years ago. After hitting a home run, and then Brett was called out.
Right.
Later, that was overruled by the American League president. They finished up the game from that point. The pitch. Strike called on the outside corner with JoJo throwing a slider through the back door to Jared Triolo. Down on the count, 1-2. The infield at double play depth, with the Cardinals leading 6-5, 1 on, 1 out in the Pirates' 8th. The pitch by Romero. Low for a ball, 2-2. Riley O'Brien is warming in the Cardinal bullpen. Michael McGreevy went 6. Leahy gave up an unearned run coming on in the 7th. Now it's JoJo Romero in the 8th. The pitch on the way. A swing, and there's a drive toward the gap in left center field. Here comes Nootbaar diving. He can't get it. Backed up by Church. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Nootbaar gave it a good effort. First and second with 1 out. And Sawinski is being called back for Andrew McCutchen. That's a pretty good bat off the bench, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Nootbaar tried to dive for it, couldn't quite get there. Didn't get a glove on it.
And here comes Daniel Descalso going to the bullpen for Riley O'Brien. This pitching change is brought to you by Missouri Farmers Care, helping feed Cardinals fans across the nation. Join the conversation on Facebook and on Instagram, and we'll be back.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, yeah. I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Riley O'Brien picked up a save at Miami his last time out on the 19th. He walked 2, but then he came back to strike out 2 and get a ground ball for a force out to end the ball game. Now he has to face Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen takes a pitch in there for a strike. McCutchen pinch hitting here for Jack Sawinski. With 2 on, 1 out, the pitch. Just off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. The veteran outfielder pinch hitting here for the Pirates with 2 on. And that is outside for a ball, 2-1. Pham walked with 1 out. Jared Triolo popped the ball into short left center. And Newbar couldn't close fast enough to make the catch. 2 on, 1 out. The Cardinals leading by 1. The pitch. High for ball 3. A walk has already figured in this mix. A 1-out walk to Tommy Pham. He's on second, representing the tying run. A big pitch in the game here from Riley O'Brien to pinch hitter Andrew McCutchen. A swing and a ground ball to third. Gorman to second, out. On to first. Double play. Around the horn, 5-4-3. Riley O'Brien on the big pitch. Got the double play ball. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Alexander Canario comes in to play center field. Going from shortstop to first base, Mlbregular. And now the Cardinals bat in the bottom of the 8th. Thomas Ajacey takes a pitch outside for a ball, with the Cardinals leading by a run. Kiner Falefa goes to third base. Triolo to shortstop. This is like between innings of a spring training game.
Sure is.
The pitch, a swing and a foul. That goes out of play, off to the right. Kiner Falefa at third. Triolo at short. Gonzalez at second. Peguero at first. A balanced infield with Sajasi taking a slider for a strike. It's Ramirez who struck out the side. A called third strike on Wynn, then a base hit, and then 2 more strikeouts in the 7th. He's facing Sajasi.
Good moment for Riley O'Brien, wasn't it, in the 8th?
Huge double play from the veteran McCutchen. And a late swing on a breaking ball up, fouled back to the screen. Sajasi stays alive as Thomas is looking for his 3rd hit tonight. The Cardinals as a team have 10.
Wilson Contreras ejection today, the first Cardinal player to get ejected in 2025. That's odd.
The pitch. Sajasi looks at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball just off the corner. That was a close one.
Ninth ejection of the career of Wilson Contreras.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Sajasi strikes out swinging. That's 4 strikeouts in 5 batters for Ramirez. 80s night, Tuesday, September 5th. Fans with a theme ticket will take home a throwback 1985 National League Champions crewneck sweater. Actually, a crewneck sweatshirt. Tickets at cardinals.com/theme, and that's on 80s night, Tuesday, September 5th. Jordan Walker fouls that off the end of the bat. Strike 1. A 5-run 5th inning put the Cardinals ahead. And they're holding on to a 6-5 lead. Batting in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. A swing and a foul. That hit the home plate umpire. Going back to the screen, 0-2. And on deck, Pedro Pages. Contreras was ejected, and there was no need to make a position change because he was the designated hitter tonight. Right. 0-2, 1 out. The pitch by Ramirez. A swing, and that ball is popped up foul, first base side. And a long run by Peguero. He can't quite reach it over by the net. No play. Peguero playing first base. He goes back to his position. And back to the batter's box, Jordan Walker. Walker has a single and 3 trips to the plate tonight. And here is Yohan Ramirez. He has struck out 4 and given up 1 hit. The pitch by the Pirate right-hander. A swing and a shot to third, and that goes right through Kiner Falefa to the left field corner. Walker's going to make second base. He takes the turn at second, forces the throw into third, and goes back to the second base bag.
That ball was blistered right through the legs of Falefa. It was like he almost didn't even have a chance to get his glove down. It went by him so quickly.
Did I hear double on that?
I think so.
Yes, that's a double for Walker. His 12th.
He hit it 105. I'll give him that.
Here is Pages. 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for his last 11. The Cardinals would like to get that run back. The Pirates scored in the 7th. A swing and a miss. Big sweeper. Pajes expected something with a little more velocity, and he's behind 0-1. 2 strikeouts tonight and a ground out for the 8th place hitter. On deck, it's Nathan Church. Walker takes his lead at second. The pitch. Pajes swings and misses, really pulling off the breaking pitches.
Well, he's been so good in August, but he's kind of gone back the other direction again. It's been a streaky hitter, but we'll take the good streaks.
He'd like to start a new one. Trying to pick up Walker from second base. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at second, 1 out. Ramirez pitches, and that's low for a ball. That could have been called strike 3. It was over at the knees. Called low, 1-2. Playing off the line at first, Mlbregular. Close to second base, Gonzalez. The pitch. A swing, and there's a fly ball down the right field line. On the run, Simon, and he gets into foul territory, making the catch, tagging and going to third, Jordan Walker with 2 outs. Pajes is 0 for 4, fouling out down the right field line. Nathan Church, a sacrifice fly, a hit and a run scored, and he was just out on a broken back ground ball to short. And Mlbregular, who's playing first base now, just threw him out.
I'll give you a good sign about Nathan Church. When he comes to the plate in a situation like this, I feel pretty good about it. He's a rookie, but
he puts the ball in play.
He sure does.
Facing Yohan Ramirez. Ramirez pitches. Church checks his swing and takes low. Walker over at third base with a mighty important run.
I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way. I think the Cardinal manager feels that way about him.
I think his teammates feel that way about him.
Well, most importantly, he feels that way about himself, like he belongs here.
He holds the bat high over the left shoulder. The pitch by Ramirez. Curveball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Lars Nootbaar's 0 for 4 tonight, waiting on deck. Church up there with a new bat. He broke the bat the last time up. The pitch by Ramirez. A swing and a foul back, and that was 97 down the middle.
Such a good swing.
Fouled straight back. Just missed it. 2-1. Church with a sacrifice fly drove in his 5th run in his 6th big league game. Then he singled and scored in the 5th. Trying to pick up Walker from third now with 2 down in the 8th inning. The 2-1 pitch to Nathan Church. Here it comes. That's a strike called. Borderline strike. That wasn't a strike earlier in the game, but it has been in recent innings. That was a hanger of a breaking ball. 2-2 on Church. Ramirez is ready. The pitch to him. Swing and a foul right at the feet of the catcher, Joey Bart. Church staying alive with a 2-2 count. Bart, Peguero, Simon. They're coming up in the 9th inning. And Riley O'Brien is in the game. Here's the 2-2 pitch for Church. Nathan takes strike 3 on the outside corner. A slider through the back door. 5 strikeouts in the 6 outs recorded tonight by Yohan Ramirez. Well, let's hold him and go home. We're going to the 9th inning. The Pirates.
We wanted to introduce something new. And then working in some of our past and what the past can look like in the future. I think our players absolutely love it, and our fans, we think they'll learn to love it, especially if you can win in it. You know, that kind of solves everything.
had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
FDIC. This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam. As big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to the Dome at America Center for one huge event, September 20th.
From the Cordell and Cordell broadcast booth, we bring you the top of the ninth inning. The Pirates bat with the Cardinals leading by 1. Broken back round ball by Joey Bart to the shortstop, and Wynn throws him out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Riley O'Brien. And there's another tree that'll be planted in a local park or at a school by our friends at Focal Point.
Riley O'Brien is the kind of guy that can create a forest because of his late movement and the way he has the ball moving towards the end of the bat or towards the handle, and he's had a couple of them already.
Leover Peguero started out at short, moved over to first base, batting 9th. The pitch by O'Brien, and that's a strike, 0-1. Peguero dropped a bunt with 2 on and nobody out, and Kyle Leahy got to it, but airmailed a throw over third, alertly backed up by Mason Wynn, or that would have been a run. The pitch, a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 98 on that fastball. It's 0-2 on Peguero. Riley O'Brien kicks. He deals way outside, and that gets away from the Cardinal catcher, Pedro Pajes. The game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser. You'll enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. Batter's timeout here for Peguero as the Pirates have 2 outs to work with. The Cardinals are up by a run. Riley O'Brien with the kick, the pitch. Outside, missed with a slider, 2-2. In 1-run games, the Cardinals are 19-17. The Pirates are 23-27. On the road, the Pirates are 18-44. The 2-2 pitch. Hit him. Fastball up and in, and a hit by pitch puts the tying run Peguero on first.
Oh, he had him too. He had him 0-2 and just could not finish him off.
Let's pause here for an ID on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Along with Ricky Horton, Mike Claiborne, our producer-engineer Jim Jackson, I'm John Rooney at Busch Stadium. The Pirates have the tying run on. Ronnie Simon at the plate is the go-ahead run. Simon checks his swing and takes a strike. O'Brien with a fastball plunked Peguero. Hit by a pitch for the second time in 24 games. And then a breaking pitch on strike 1 to Simon with the runner going. The pitch low, a ball. The throw to second. The tag. And the ball got away from Mason Wynn.
He was getting ready to call him out, too. I think the second base umpire, Jordan Baker. But the runner and the ball got there at the same time.
And he would have been out.
He would have been out.
But the ball dropped out of Mason's glove to the ground. Peguero with a stolen base, his third. The tying run is on second with 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. Simon sends a foul ball out of play off to the left.
Pretty gutsy move by the Pirates, wasn't it? To take off down a run in the 9th inning.
They have the tying run on second base. They forced the issue. Now lead at second for Peguero. The pitch. A swing, and there is a hit to right field. That's going to tie the game. Walker moves over, gets the ball at the track. Simon runs well. He slides in with an RBI double. And we're tied at 6. That gutsy move paid off.
Sure did. A hit by pitch, a stolen base. And the Pirates able to tie it. That was a breaking pitch down and in. And Simon just dropped the bat, picked up his second hit. And the inning's not over yet.
Now the go-ahead run is Simon with Nick Gonzalez up. Gonzalez a hit and a run scored, and he has a sacrifice fly for his 20th RBI. And he has a 9-game hitting streak, thanks to his base hit in the 3rd. The pitch by O'Brien, right back to O'Brien. The runner's caught. The throw goes over to 3rd. Simon is tagged out. He just ran right on into the out. A fielder's choice. Gonzalez is on first. Simon is out. Pitcher to 3rd base. O'Brien to Gorman, 1-5.
Boy, I'm glad that Riley O'Brien didn't panic on that play either. He was able to get a good throw over to Gorman. We've seen some errant throws by pitchers in the last couple of weeks. We saw McGreevy make one. We saw Kyle Leahy make one today, but a good throw by O'Brien.
Dennis Santana is getting ready for the bottom of the 9th in the Pirate bullpen. The pitch is swung on and missed by Reynolds. He was trying to park one for the 2nd time tonight. He doubled and was left on 3rd in the 1st inning. Hit a 2-run homer in the 3-run 3rd. Since then, he has struck out twice. So no decision tonight from Michael McGreevy. O'Brien's pitch, a swing and a foul out of play. It's 0-2 on Reynolds. The hit by pitch came back to haunt Riley O'Brien and the Cardinals. Back in the batter's box, Brian Reynolds. 30-year-old all-star outfielder. The pitch to the left-handed batter. Down and in, a slider, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, with Santana coming on to work the 9th inning, I think the Cardinal hitters will be happy to see Ramirez out of there. In 2 innings, he struck out 5. The pitch on the way here for Brian Reynolds. Check swing, slider down and in, no swing.
And one of those hitters that we may see in the bottom of the 9th inning is the Wilson Contreras spot. We're not sure who that is yet.
First things first, the 2-2 pitch here for Brian Reynolds with the go-ahead run at first base. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. But a hit by pitch turned into the tying run. The Cardinals need a run to win it as we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 6 with Pittsburgh.
If you believe every human life has value, listen up. You and I both know.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple.
Backed by the largest, most experienced network in the world, Cat Equipment offers legendary reliability. And Fabic Cat, your local cat dealer, offers unwavering support. Wherever you are, Fabic Cat is here with the gear you need to get the job done right. Need to rent? We've got you covered with aerial lifts, power solutions, and so much more. Fabic Cat, your trusted partner for all things heavy duty. Let's do the work. Fabic Cat, proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Going to the bottom of the ninth inning, top of the order to you. The Cardinals have Lars Nootbaar leading off, and it's Dennis Santana. The game belongs to Santana of the Pirates and Riley O'Brien of the Cardinals. Santana 4-4, 2.28 ERA. He has saved 9 games, but it's a tie game. And here's a ball hit high in the air, short center field. Long run in for Canario. He's there and has it. 1 pitch, 1 out in the ninth inning. And Nootbaar's 0 for 5. Here's Mason Wynn. The Cardinals need a run to win this. Brian Reynolds made the last out for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Just file that one away for a moment. Mason Wynn, he has 1 hit tonight. An RBI, a run scored. He swings and he drives it to the shortstop. Triolo catches it. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Dennis Santana, who's making this look easy. And it's up to Alec Burleson to start something with 2 outs in the ninth. Or Brian Reynolds will be that ghost runner, the commissioner's runner at second base, going to the 10th inning. Burleson, a 3-hit game. The pitch, Burleson takes up and in. He was nearly clipped by that cutter. The Pirates scored to tie the game in the top of the ninth. Now the pitch. There's a strike called. 94 on the fastball from Dennis Santana.
He can rush it up there.
The 4th pitcher out of the bullpen following Johan Oviedo tonight. Santana's pitch. Burleson swings and he drives it to center field. That's hit deep. Back to the wall. It's a gunner. It's a gunner and a Redbird winner. A game winner for Alec Burleson. Light up the night in downtown St. Louis. 2 pitches, 2 outs on Nootbaar and Wynn. And then Burleson unloads over the center field fence. A team meeting at home plate. They are mobbing Alec Burleson, and the fireworks light up downtown St. Louis.
What a great finish as Burley ends up with a 4-hit night. A single, a double, a single, and a homer. And that one was to straightaway center field, his 16th of the season. Santana got 2 quick outs, and that slider down and in did not come back as it went over the wall straightaway, 400 plus to center field, and the Cardinals walk it off after giving up the lead in the top half. They win it anyway in the bottom half. What a finish.
A home run for Alec Burleson, and the Cardinals beat the Pirates 7-6. We'll talk about it after this.